Once upon a time, in a small town nestled between rolling hills, there was a young couple named Clara and Ethan. They had been together for nearly 2 years, their love blossoming through shared walks by the lake, whispered secrets under the stars, and late-night conversations about their dreams. But recently, something had shifted. Clara, once carefree and spontaneous, had become distant, as if a cloud hung over her heart. Ethan noticed but couldn't find a way to reach her. One chilly autumn evening, Ethan planned a surprise. He had noticed Clara's old love for painting and how she once spent hours in the town's abandoned cabin, lost in the colors of the world she created. He knew it was time to remind her of that part of herself. With his hands trembling with excitement, he set up an easel, gathered paints, and filled the cabin with fresh flowers and candles. When Clara arrived, he was standing in front of the canvas, holding a brush, his eyes full of warmth. Clara paused at the door, surprised by the sight. "Ethan, what is this?" she asked, her voice barely a whisper. "I thought you might want to paint again," he replied gently. "I missed seeing you lost in the world you created. Maybe it's time for you to rediscover it." Clara's eyes softened, a tear slipping down her cheek. She had forgotten the joy painting once brought her, buried under the weight of her insecurities. As she stood there, torn between the comfort of hiding from her feelings and the gentle encouragement of Ethan's gesture, she realized that maybe, just maybe, she had been running from herself. They spent the evening together, dipping brushes into paint, mixing colors that felt like a reflection of their hearts. Clara's hands, though hesitant at first, began to move freely, and as the evening wore on, the painting slowly began to take shape. A beautiful landscape with a radiant sunset, a scene of two people standing together, their shadows intertwined. As Clara added the final touches, she turned to Ethan, a smile finally returning to her face. "Thank you," she said softly. "You reminded me of who I am." Ethan reached for her hand, squeezing it gently. "I'll always be here to help you find yourself again." From that night on, Clara embraced her passions with a renewed spirit, and their love grew even deeper. Together, they learned that sometimes the greatest way to heal and grow is through the support of someone who believes in you, even when you've forgotten to believe in yourself.